Hi folks! Sweet potato pudding is a special childhood dessert that my mom baked for us on the Eastern Caribbean island of Dominica. To this day, she does not measure the ingredients. Everything is a bit of this and that, but today I'll share this recipe and hope you enjoy it as much as I do. In prepping for the sweet potato pudding, I normally grate the sweet potatoes, the fresh ginger, and the coconut. However, I sometimes blend the coconut as I did for this recipe. I also greased a baking dish and set it aside. So I cracked the coconut, drained the water, then removed the hard coconut meat from the shell. Then I washed the coconut meat under running water, diced it into small pieces and blended, then set aside the required amount and refrigerated the rest. Next, I grated a small piece of fresh ginger to measure half a teaspoon. I like ginger, so I sometimes add 1 teaspoon. Then I peeled the skin from the sweet potatoes and washed them under running water. Here, I placed them in lime water to prevent darkening. After, I grated the sweet potatoes using the very rough side here, but I sometimes use the medium coarse side of the grater. The hard part is over. In a bowl, I added 1 2/3 cup of sweet potatoes along with half a cup of brown sugar. However, the amount of sugar is based on your preference. Next, I added half a teaspoon of grated ginger, 1 teaspoon nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. This was followed by 1 tablespoon of butter or margarine, softened, and a 1/4 cup of grated coconut. If you don't like coconut, just skip it. I combined the ingredients. Then I added 3/4 cup of white flour, then continued stirring. Finally, I added a 1/4 cup of coconut milk and stirred it to combine well. Evaporated milk can also be used. To wrap up, I tested the readiness of the batter by placing a spatula or wooden spoon in the middle of the batter until it stood by itself. Then I poured the mixture into a greased baking dish and baked it at 350 degrees until the toothpick came out clean. I sometimes randomly sprinkle tiny bits of butter on top before popping it into the oven. Once baked, allow the pudding to cool before cutting. Serve the potato pudding and enjoy this tasty treat.